What's up, traders? In today's video, we're going to go over some of the trades that I've taken over the last couple of weeks as I've been working on this 200k challenge with my Forex funds. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I appreciate you being here. Today, like I said, we're going to go over the 200k challenge, phase one of this challenge. Now, first, before we get into the video, I always want to plug that I am not getting paid to talk about my Forex funds. This is just the company that I chose to go with because they have the lower profit target in their challenge, so it's easier. And the payouts have been great that they've paid me so far. I have no beef with this company, but I also don't get paid to push them. So go with whatever funding company you want. I'm just showing you my experience. Today, I'm going to show you some of the trades that I've taken in the last couple of weeks. I'm going to even show you the statistics on FX Blue. But before we get into that, I want you to see that my Forex funds was really kind and gave me an extension on this challenge because I've been trading well. So you'll see at the top of this screen, it's been 26 days since my first trade, but I have 32 days left, here it shows, on this challenge because I emailed them this morning and they then very quickly responded back to giving me a 4-week extension, which was super dope because they saw that my trading is controlled, so they're giving me more time because they understand that not everybody's going to make 8% every 30 days. So I think that that's really dope that they reward proper trading. So now let's look at my FX book. I just want you guys to see, FX Blue, not my FX book. They're the same thing, but I use FX Blue. You'll see the account is at 211,000. You can see my cumulative profit here, mostly up days with a couple of down days, but quick bounces back, and that's what's led me to now being up over $10,000 on this account. You can see my win rate is about 65%, my profit factor of about 1.5. The biggest beef that I have with my trading here is that my average winner is a little bit too much smaller. Is that how you say that? Too much smaller than my average loss. I want my average winner to be very close, if not bigger, of course, than my average loss. But because I'm winning 65% of the time, it's still profitable trading. Notice here, a lot of winners I hold for a good chunk of time. And also notice here, if we go to the consecutive wins and losses, you'll see I lose only one trade 10 times and then I'm back to winning. I don't have, my longest losing streak was 7 losses. My biggest winning streak was 18 consecutive wins. So you can see I'm able to manage more wins in a row than losses. And I think that's what's really helped. Also notice I'm trading a lot of Bitcoin, 40% of Bitcoin. 40% of all my trading is Bitcoin, and 15% of all my trading is oil. So I'm really focused in more than half the time on just 2 assets. So I think that's what's been a big key to the success of me taking this challenge so far. And this is after I've been, bouncing back from that 100k mess up that I had. I should still have that account, but I don't. Now, before we go any further, I want to plug AsFX TV. This is our newest streaming service. It's coming out very soon for you guys. With this service, you're going to be able to have access to watch me and other successful traders manage our trades every single day. You're going to learn a lot. Jerome is going to be doing backtesting sessions. Tom's doing market recaps. Tom, the Kaizen trader. James is doing morning watch lists. I'm doing the New York session. Dennis is doing swing trading. We've got you covered from so many different angles, and it's only $30 a month. So if you're interested and you want to check this out, we're doing a 1-day free trial where you can come in, watch the streams for that day, and you'll be able to rewatch over 150 hours of previous streams. So you don't just get access to the future stuff, but you get access to our content library where you can go back and watch us trade every single day, which is the best way to learn. Courses are great, but watching real traders work is the best way to shortcut your learning curve and give you guys the most experience possible because that's what you need at this point. So I'll put a link in the description. If AsFX TV is launched, you'll be able to click right there and check it out and subscribe. If it hasn't launched by the time I'm posting this video, there'll just be a link to put your name and email in so we notify you when it is available. So now let's get into some of the trades. We're going to look back to 325, and I'm going to first talk about this Friday A2 trade. So you can see this is how I've been doing my documentation of my daily trading. You see I detail how much I risk and how much I gain on each trade, plus I'm tracking it in FX Blue, so it all lines up. Here, though, I can give like a detailed picture of what I was thinking before, during, and after the trade, and that's why I've really found a lot of value in documenting my trades like this. So this was an A2 short entry that was from Thursday into Friday. We had a D2 on top. You can kind of see this white line I have drawn here. That was the divergence. We had lower highs coming off of that, and I got short on this new signal that we've been working on, the A2. If you want to learn about the A2, I'm going to have 1 day on my streaming service on AsFX TV dedicated to the A2. So that's why I want you guys to subscribe so you'll get the most current information. We're not holding anything back. Even if you've never taken the courses, come watch us on AsFX TV and you'll be able to see how we trade. You can learn from that. even without the course. I understand, but I think people learn in different ways. Once you see us trade, you're going to want the course. So it's going to all go hand in hand. Beyond that, I had a winning Bitcoin trade as an A1 shift candle. This was like a textbook breakout. The only thing about this trade that was kind of like a turnoff was the divergence on top. You can see with that white line, but market sentiment was bullish. It's coming off the 50 EMA. Coming in here, I'm very bullish on Bitcoin over the last couple of weeks. So when I see long signals, I get excited. And this was pain-free. It sat at my entry for 45 minutes and then it ripped. And you can see I closed 50% of it here, closed another 50% at 4R, and then I got stopped out in profit. You can see where the black line is right there. So this was a really, really clean trade. So between this and the oil trade, it was a great way to come in and end the week. Or, well, end the week and then, yeah, this is Thursday into Friday, I believe, right? Yeah, because this was the Thursday trade into Friday. So you guys see I'm talking to myself here. It's fine. Anyway, that's 325. Let's go on. We'll move into 330. I think I actually have one more day before that. Yeah, 328. So now we're coming back on Monday. This is the Monday. So now, after you just saw I hit the long Bitcoin trade on Friday, we find another Bitcoin long trade here on Monday, on the 28th. This is an A2 entry off the 21 EMA as like a position trade, riding that 8 and 21 upshift. This ends up going again, full ADR, 50% off was here, 50% off at ADR, and then I got stopped in profit. Basically the same exact trade management rules you can see between the A2 and the A1 entries, because I like to make sure I'm not losing trades. I try to win as much as possible. So here's the text that kind of summarizes that. I was really happy with this trade. I felt like this was a great way to start the week on this Monday. So let's go into the next day. Let's go to Tuesday. I think I have Tuesday in here. Yep, Tuesday. So now I'm trading oil long again here. So I was trading oil short. Now I'm buying oil as an A1 candle formation. You'll see right here. This day, I definitely could have done better. So this is what it looked like when I took the position. I got long as it was coming off the 21. You had bullish divergence on the bottom, so I thought we could rise up towards the 800. But if you look, it never makes it up to the 800 and ends up getting tanked here as some news comes in. The better play would have been to buy Bitcoin, which is this markup right here. Following the bias from Friday and Monday, I could have been buying Bitcoin and making money in the same direction that I've already made money in the past 3 days. The reason why I didn't take this one was because the market sentiment line was in the sell zone here. You can see not a super clean long trend, and I think that threw me off more than it should have, because we're still making higher lows. Higher time frames are still bullish, so the bullish bias is still there, and you can see there's the A2 indicator that Tom made. That's that little flag. That's what it painted for us. So I had both on the table. I chose oil because I liked the D2 idea and the structure above the 50. Yes, the L50 is in the sell zone, but for the D2, that's okay here. So I think I could have just chosen Bitcoin, and that might have been a better play. Is it hindsight bias because this didn't rip 5R? Maybe, but also just understanding the bias from the previous days. I think that drives home why Bitcoin should have had something in it. I could have put a small position on this because it was at the same time. So that was Tuesday the 29th. And then we'll go into Wednesday, showing you a loss here. So I took an A2 on EuroCAD here as it pulled down through the 21. This looked like it could continue this upward structure. Market sentiment was very bullish. And as you can see, within 30 minutes, I was out of this trade. Now, the rest of the day, you can see it does make its way higher by the end of the day, but the rest of the trading session, it actually comes lower. So it was good to have the stop loss here where I did, because it does move lower. It would have definitely stopped me out if I had tried to give it more space. So you're going to take losses. You've got to keep the risk controlled. I lost 0.15%. That's not going to kill me, especially when I can come back in on this A2 on oil. Again, I've been trading a lot of oil and Bitcoin. You just saw all the trades I've basically just showed you, except that EuroCAD, are oil and Bitcoin in either direction. Our systems will go long and go short, whatever the trend is. But then I come back in here, hit this oil trade, which is interesting because if you look at this, trading up towards the 800, this is the day after I just showed you on Tuesday when I was trying to trade up to the 800. So I stayed long biased. Market sentiment was much better today, and then we get to push through the 800. We get 4R out of this trade. It ends up being a really nice trade, and I got my stop locked in profit is where I got tapped out. So the summary of the last week of trading, I mean, my last 3 weeks of trading have been great, if you ask me. I think my average winner could be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to really focus in on that, holding my winners longer and trying to stay in them with more size. But I'm profitable. I'm moving in the right direction of bouncing back really well after losing the 100K account. So I'm really happy with everything. I think I can continue to do better at saying, look, where are my winning trades coming from? Bitcoin and oil. I'm losing Forex trades more than I normally do. So let's focus in on Bitcoin and oil. If that's what's working for me, why would I ignore it? And you can see I'm not. I'm hitting oil 2 days in a row. I'm hitting Bitcoin Friday and Monday. And then I'm missing it on Tuesday when I should have been in it on Tuesday. But I didn't let that sway me. I stayed focused and came back and still traded oil and made the money that I was looking for on Tuesday. I got it here on Wednesday. So stick with your bias. If you have good analysis, your fundamentals line up with your technicals, you're going to find winning trades like this. So AsFX TV is coming. If you guys are ready for that, hit the link in the description. I'll have some information there for you. I appreciate the interest. I appreciate your attention. I hope that this video is valuable. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them down below. I get back to everybody. And if you enjoyed, make sure you subscribe. Have a great rest of your trading week, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video.